Hello, good morning. Welcome into another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. Believe it or not, it is the 18th day of September, year of our Lord 2025. We got Kyle Williams in here, Don Master Mateo, is me, is him. Welcome in. Welcome in, Mark, Raz, Jay, Wayne, K30, Jack, Master Fun, Warren. Get going over there in the live chat. Make sure that you are hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up button, sharing this video with others if there are other people in your lives interested in the stock market. We're live every day. Every day that the market is open, we're live. We did some live trading yesterday, did some Wine Wednesday last night, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can always check those videos out over under playlists on our page if you miss them in real time. But that is your best time if you're just part of the free community here on YouTube to get your questions asked and get them answered in a kind of fun little webinar style forum. If not, you can join us for weekly webinars over at clovertrading.io. Kyle and Huddie have a webinar today. Is it market open?
Yes. So
market open. So we'll be out of here 9:15, 9:18 latest to start that webinar. And yeah, how we doing this morning, Kyle?
a little tired, but I thought about it last night. I was like, it's gonna be Thursday tomorrow. Like this week has flown by.
You think that?
I
I
do.
was thinking today how slow this week feels. And I don't know if it's
Really?
because last week, like there was 3 days I did not push a button. So it was like, just get me to the end of this week. And so maybe it felt fast. And then this week, but there's been a decent amount of buttons clicking the first 3 days where I'm like, and I kind of feel like I made my nut yesterday for the week. So I'm like, kind of feel like the job's been done. And I'm like, we still have 2 more days left in this week to grind it out. That's weird. That's weird how that feels different for us.
Yeah, I don't know. I just you'll actually laugh why not. The reason why is because it was Wednesday night yesterday, and I was like, fantasy football games start tomorrow. Like, and I thought it was just Sunday, like watching
Yeah.
the end result of or Monday, and I was like, shoot, week three's here.
It is like that. I did
this
my
week's gone by
lineups and stuff
quick.
last night in bed because I was like, geez, because you get a game Thursday. It's like most of your players I feel like play on Sunday, but you gotta like just be prepared because I'm like, it's gonna be Thursday night and there'll be some player that's injured or something that I start who plays on Thursday. But we're here. It's
Exactly.
Thursday. 2 more days left in the week. Got another week and a half left in September after this week. It's fully, I don't know if it's technically fall yet. Feels like it. The trees are dropping leaves. The colors are changing. I don't know if you
Late
get
summer.
that where you live.
We do, but not till like
The palm trees get like a less shade of green.
Yes, the coconuts are no longer
Oh, they're not edible for a month.
there. Yeah, but no, the what's it called? That leaves change color more towards like October, like
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, some are dropping in the driveway already. But exciting stuff. We had the FOMC yesterday, which I just say words I hear. I don't know anything about it. Market is up. Market's responding well. We got plays on the horizon. Make sure you're checking that if you're 3-leaf or 4-leaf. Our watch list every single night that we post. Over here on the show, we talk about the biggest gappers in small cap land. And can I get a hallelujah? We don't have a gapper over 100% today.
Hallelujah.
Biggest gappers, 2 gappers over 80%. One of them looks more like a real company, 100 mil float. We'll talk about them both. If you have any questions, go ahead, post them over there in the live chat. We'll get to them if we have time towards the end. You know the rule. You have to like before you can ask a question. I don't make the rules. I just follow them blindly. Santoro says, how much were the cuts? I believe it was 0.25 basis points.
Yeah, 0.25%.
Yeah, that's as much you're going to get out of me. Kyle wrote it in the room, and I'm regurgitating. Stocks went up, and they went down, and they went all over yesterday after that. So I think that's it for me. Let's hop into it. Biggest gapper of the day is ETNB, Edenib. 89 bio. Actually got 146 mil float here. So we'll talk about it, probably explain why we aren't all that interested for the most part. Now that you're swing trading mid to large anything, my whole spiel of it trades volume every day, it's not like a small cap, like it's no longer a good valid answer because it probably confuses people now because you're like, on one hand it's like we like them, and on the other hand it's like, but we're talking about small caps.
Yeah, it's not a small cap.
And
characteristics, yeah.
so we got a biotech, 146 mil float, 89 bio. Let's see what the news is.
I
What?
think this is buyout.
Acquired?
Yeah, or
Acquisition?
acquisition. Pretty sideways, if you ask me.
It's not like the most sideways, though.
Right, but it's definitely not exciting to look at.
Yeah, I think this is that. Let me make sure, do a quick look if there's like a price of $15. Service unavailable. If I click it again, service unavailable. Acquisition statement. Don't they normally throw a price in there? That can't be the right
They
one.
might.
Okay, so you're saying this is irrelevant anyway.
Yeah, I would say it's not an exciting one here.
Yeah, so basically they're being acquired, correct?
Yeah.
By Roche. And that's why you see the price kind of jump probably to the price that they're being acquired by. This is a stock that kind of trades in a range. It's not really a small cap. You can see the volume down here. It trades consistent volume every day. There's a market for it. People are watching it, trading it. And it's gapping up for a very specific reason to a very specific price. So I don't expect much movement on that one today. We're done with one of the gappers. Okay, the next biggest gapper is APVO, which everyone knows is Aptevo Therapeutics.
Obviously.
Interesting daily here. Let's talk about it. 3.2 million float. 2 days ago, so the news that started this run, we'll talk about the daily chart here in a second. I keep forgetting to take you guys with me. There we go. Mipeltamig delivers 100% remission rate in cohort 3 of Rayner trial for AML. I don't know what AML is, but that's like really good news.
Yeah, it's probably some acronym.
Probably like one person in the trial. Phase 1B/2 trial. So early in the process. I'm trying to look to see if there's any information on how many people were in it, but it sounds good. 100% remission is a good thing. We want that. I feel like most of the time we're looking at these biotechs and we're rooting for them to fail. Whatever the Rayner trial is trying to solve, we believe in it. Okay, so that's 2 days ago. Do you see news from today that's popping it back up, or is this just something we'll talk about in a second? Market mechanisms.
I think I might see a file. Let me just double check BAM SEC.
He thinks he might see a filing.
PVO. No, that was on the 16th with the news, and yeah, I don't think I see anything.
Okay, let's take a look. It says the offering ability low. On that news, it was a pretty significant gap from the 140s into the 2s, and then pretty much came right back to where it came from. It even went lower yesterday. I see 1.5 months of cash left. What's the float here? 3 million. They got some older stuff. June of this year, they have a priced offering of 8 million at an exercise price of 325, so it's higher ahead of us. Warrants from this year at 325, so 325's got some stuff, but it does say low. I don't understand the correlation between, and they got an ATM from June of 2025, 8 million. It says
that could
limited
be where,
by the baby shelf though.
I mean, that could be where
You're talking on the wrong guy. It seems like that stuff's important, but it says offering ability is low. Let's take a look at the daily chart. I think this is somewhat intriguing just because it's a 77% gap, which isn't like some crazy amount. Now I got 2 lines here.
Yeah, gets us interested, but it's not obvious. It's so funny when we're saying this. It's like it's not like 300% like we've normally been seeing.
No, it's interesting from the perspective that it's gapping up into the highs from the other day. So there's it's a really good volume this morning already, 50 million plus. And it's brushing up against resistance. And there's definitely a world where this could qualify as a multi-day breakout. They must have done a lot of reverse splits. Trying to get some other levels involved here. Obviously, yeah, they probably have done some reverse splits to get that float down as the price is so much higher, even in just recent months and years. But you have a stock that failed significantly the other day, a low volume day yesterday where... I can't imagine a lot of shorts wanting to do anything but cover. Went down to where it came from. So that's kind of from that psychological perspective. I don't really see the needing to get out this morning thing. But for whatever reason, whether it's news or not, gapping back up into those levels, probably a lot of people thinking short into resistance, probably a lot of people thinking gap and crap. Probably a lot of people thinking just behaviorally, look what it did 2 days ago when it gapped up on news. It failed significantly. Do we get a trend change? It looks like it has the ability today to do significantly more volume.
Yeah.
And it's only up 77% right around the breakout level. So it's not like you're buying a stock up 300% to resistance. In small cap land, I know 77% for a lot of people would be mouth watering if you got that type of return on something.
Right.
But it's not that crazy in small cap land. A lower float into resistance, that 325 thing, I think is relevant. I don't know how relevant. Someone smarter than me would have to let me know. But is this something where you're looking at and you're like, gap and crap for sure? You're like, yeah, let's do it.
No. I mean, yeah, the two concerns are, one is it just gap and crapped. Doesn't mean he can't do it again, but it's like if they do it again, then they are really using that ATM to need cash because the offering is low, but if they have that ATM and they need cash, they're going to use what they have available. Like they don't have to do another offering; they'll just use the dilution they already have, in the market.
A
But
couple
yeah,
people are
just
saying Stephen Cohen bought 9% stake in them yesterday.
okay, that could be why. If that's true, that makes it less of a gap and crap, or less of a desire to want to try and gap and crap it, because that would be, somewhat bullish. And then two, like you said, Dom, like the volume is already pretty big, to where you extrapolate it out for the rest of the day, it's probably going to surpass and maybe make new all-time volume in the last, call it, year at least. So wouldn't shock me if it fails because yes, we have a history of this thing being an absolute turd. But given the it just happened and given possibly a big name has just invested, could change things. We will see, but I need to find that then because I have a hard time thinking someone like Steve Cohen just looked at that company.
They have 100% remission rate.
I mean, I guess that's a big turnaround, but just from maybe he doesn't even care about the technicals, but from like if I was a billionaire investor and I looked at that chart, I'd be like, absolutely not. Maybe just because I know I'm too tainted.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he does, but maybe he doesn't know what a dilutive piece of crap looks like either. I don't know.
What's the most recent billionaire player? AT&F, ETHG, Peter Thiel.
BM&R with Peter Thiel.
Wasn't Peter Thiel also in AT&F?
Sure. He bought AT&F, which turned into ETHG. Yes.
And that was a similar chart. It was a gap up over a breakout level and then ran from like 6 to 10.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, something to keep on watch today for one of our biggest gappers of the day, which is APVO 911. Let's take some questions. Joseph says, taking a look at SLNH, you might find it interesting. Looks like multi-day breakout chart. What do you think? What was that? Let's go there together. Yeah, it's not horrible. The volume on the day of the high, 67 mil. So about 67 mil in dollar volume. Got some overhead resistance. Slower mover. Not, it's broken out a couple times recently. This one went from 80 cents to like $1, which is what, 25%? Oh wait, no, it went higher than that. 30 something percent. Not a horrible look. Looks like one that's just kind of doing a slow uptrend. If it volume increases and you get a breakout like you got before, there's movement, there's range between the highs of 170 where we are now in the low ones. That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all right. Volume's definitely increased over the past couple months. That resistance overhead is intriguing for something that I don't know if a lot of people are watching. This is the first. I don't know if you saw this one. This is the first I've seen of it. So maybe just range risk reward have to be quite good because I probably wouldn't be playing for it to break out over these highs. You'd probably be looking at 140 to 160 as profit targets. So if the best you can get is like 20 cents, risking like 10, I don't think it's that great. Emilio wants to know about BitF. Is that something you would leave alone or consider on a short?
I saw this name and no, I would leave it alone just because, I mean, I'm sure it has a pullback, but it's done one of the things where like it just looks, it started looking good, right? It went from 140 to 240 on pretty much all gap ups. Like it looked great. And then it started actually expanding even higher after going red and then gapping down and then still going green and now gapping up big again. So I'm sure it pulls back, but it's not the kind of ticker that I would feel pretty confident about shorting and catching like a big range down day. Because you have to something in mind. I'm pretty familiar with this. I should say pretty familiar, but They are, I just know who the company is. They are in like, they were originally in the Bitcoin space. They're called Bitfarms, Bitcoin mining, but I think they've made a shift, or at least their chart suggests they've shifted to data mining because they started running when, Iron, which was a former Bitcoin miner, started data mining. Wolf has gone up big, data miner. CIFR, data miner. HUT also used to be a Bitcoin miner. Now is also on a huge run from 26 to 39. Like a bunch of Bitcoin miners have taken this business shift because they already have the perfect structure for it, being a data center. And I think BitF is the newest one on the block to do that. Hence the huge run up. So I'd rather not fight in front of that trend because it's been a very strong one the last week or two.
Yeah, I think it's one that's just kind of parading or masquerading as like a beautiful short. Obviously a lot of green days in a row. It's gone red a couple times. But if you're looking for in this way, we kind of talk about the small cap versus like different styles of plays. Like it might happen, but you can't really, it's hard to predict which day without fundamentals or it following something else is going to lose like 20% of its price in one morning. Like there's not that level of predictability, I don't think. So that's why I would avoid it. All right, last question or two. A couple questions about ATCH. We talked about it last night. I talked about it all day in the webinar yesterday with Four Leaf and Black Clover. Solid reversal, solid breakout. Looks like it just barely went higher today. I did well on it. I had like a 96 something, 97 cent average, sold in like the 130s. Kind of treating it as reversal / breakout. So really nice move there yesterday. I'm trying to think. All right, you got a webinar. There's a lot of other questions, a lot about APVO. Someone asked about how much volume do you want to see before taking a short position on something that is spiking without any news. We'll end it there.
About how much volume I need to see?
Yep.
I don't really have a set amount. I need to know it's liquid enough. But again, if I'm watching in the first place, it's probably already there in terms of liquidity. So I'm not, as technical as I can be. I'm not technical like some traders are of like the volume is this much volume and that's a X percent of this much price action and how so this much volume has been traded at this price and that means this. Like that's not me. If it's liquid and the pattern is there, I trade it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Your question shouldn't be revolving around volume. You should have like a base level amount of volume you need to see. Like basically, is it in play? Stocks don't usually, like if they're spiking hundreds of percents on no volume, that's a red flag. But if it's in play, everyone's talking about it's the biggest gapper and it's doing hundreds of millions of volume. The most important thing is, do you have a pattern? Kyle just doesn't short things because they're spiking. It has to fit into a pattern first, and then usually volume is just part of that criteria. That once we know that has that, it's just a check, and then it's moved to is there a pattern there or not?
Agreed.
All right, you got a webinar. Go enjoy that. All you Four Leaf and Black Clovers. Looks like it's going to be an eventful-ish morning, so go have fun there. We'll see you guys tomorrow to round out this week at 8:45 a.m. Tomorrow morning, Friday. Great questions today. Great participation. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to do some golfing later. I got a little competition with my brother, a little tournament. So I'll be hopping out of here middle of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Kyle. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Bye, everybody.